Big Bang is an interesting description of what the beginning of the universe was like. Big Bang would seem like it's more of a random explosion, but that's not what we find at all. When you find out what scientists talk about, there has to be activity in at least 9 dimensions of space. We know right now we exist in at least 5 dimensions of space because we have black holes. We knew they were there before we found them because that's the only way to reconcile certain forces and theories that we have in the scientific realm. And we now hypothesize that there had to be activity in at least 9 dimensions of space in the first instant of the Big Bang, and then 4 of those dimensions we don't need anymore. One of the reasons we hypothesize that is because without that activity, we wouldn't see emerging the precise weights of protons and electrons that we have. Had we come out of that explosion with those weights off by just a minuscule amount, no life would be possible. We'd either get way too many heavy elements or way too many light elements. Wouldn't even have a universe capable of sustaining advanced life. So what we see again in the initial Big Bang explosion is precision and design and that sort of thing. We've been told that as the universe expanded early on, if the mass in the universe was perfect, if we took a weight the size of mass, the size of a small coin, and threw it into the universe when it was first expanding, that would mess everything up. There is so much balance, and we're not just talking, balance. We're talking balance, precision, the forces, the 4 fundamental forces, just perfect, and so many other things that are balanced just perfectly in the universe so that we can have the universe that we have, capable of advanced life. It's an amazing thing. The more we see and learn about the expansion of the universe, we find the scientists that are credited with telling us, hey, there's something out there, there's dark energy, there's dark matter, we're finding it. They told us that the expansion rate of the universe is so precise, it's 10 to the 95 times more sophisticated than anything any engineer has ever done on Earth. So the universe, when we look at it, an expansion of it is incredible. There's other things we find out as we're expanding. The elements that we see in the universe today did not all come all at once. We have, I think in the first 360 million years or so, the heaviest element was boron. Then we had a period of time where the first generation stars would explode, and eventually through fusion and fission, we would get heavier and heavier elements over the course in time. We finally get elements as heavy as iron in the first, I think it's about 4.9 billion years of the universe. Now, interestingly enough, we do not in this universe get any of the radioactive elements, the heaviest elements, until about the 9 or 9.2 billion year mark of the universe, because we had to get very big stars, supernova, to occur in more remote regions of the universe in order for us to be able to produce the radioactive elements and whatnot. So we've talked in other videos why that's so important for us to have radioactive elements on this planet for tectonics, the sustaining of the electromagnetic shield and everything else. So what we discover from the universe, its expansion, its beginnings, is precision all the way along. We know that the Earth was probably covered with dense cloud cover when it began, like some of the other planets in our solar system. And we also believe that water covered the Earth, and then eventually, through tectonics, the continental plates came up out of the water and that sort of thing. These elemental ideas are important as we discover what the Bible has to say about the beginnings of the universe and about God's creation. And what we're going to find is a perfect meshing of science and Bible if we interpret Scripture correctly. So when you get a chance, go to Science and the Bible and Science, and look under the 2 videos that deal with the Big Bang for a further discussion of how it is that the Bible predicted the Big Bang.